Hello, welcome everyone. Now in today's video we are going to talk about how to add, subtract, multiply and divide. That is under formula topic. Now after that we talk about board mass, how to use board mass and how to perform these functions or operations in MS Excel or Microsoft Excel. So the first one, let's talk about the add, subtract, divide and multiply. You see we have two values here. This is the first cell, that is H16, and we have the second cell, that is what, H17. And as subtraction, we have the same. This one is this one is I16, and this is what, I17, and we have J16, J17, and K16 and K17. So as you see here, now here is the formula, and now this is going to be the answer. So let's write the answer here. So let's write answer here. Let's increase the size. Okay, so we have answer here. So we are going to add now under this addition. Normally it's supposed to be 20 minus 10. So this is supposed to be what? That is the formula. So 20. Oh, why has it turned to October? I'm not ready to write October. And so 20. Right, so 20. Why is it telling me? Why is it formatting into a date style? Format style. Now, general. Okay. So 20 minus 10. This supposed to be the answer. So 20. Alright, so that's my 20 minus 10. So this is the answer, right? Okay, so this is the answer, 20 minus 10. And here, the same thing, so let's copy this. It's going to be this, and that, right? So instead of minus, going to be subtract. And this is going to be divide. So 20 divided. Okay, so 20 added to 10 and 20 subtracted from. Alright, so this is going to be 10 subtracted from 20, right? 10 subtracted from 20. And here 20 divided by 10 and 20 multiplied. So 20 multiplied by what? By 10. So that is the formula for each. Okay. Now in this formula, how can we just create a formula as a function or for this to perform the task or the action? So in order to do that, before you start any formula, you start with equal to. Alright, so equal to. Now instead of writing this 20 over here, we can just pick the cell. So in order to pick the cell, right, equal to, then click on the cell. This 20 comes first, so 20. Okay, then let's bring the class. Then let's click on this 10. When done, equal to, or hit on the enter key. Now you have the answer here. Okay, so you have 30. Now the same thing applies. Now you're going to subtract this 10 from 20. Okay, so subtract from 20, then subtract 10 from, so 10 subtracted, alright, from 20. So it's going to be equal to, now this 20 here, so 20, then minus, then this cell, okay? So H16 minus H17, no, that is I16 minus I17. Then you have your 10. Now when it comes to this, equal to they say you're going to divide. So 20 divided by this 10. Hit on the enter. Then you have your Q. And they say you're going to multiply. So equal to 20. Then multiply by what? 10. Okay. Then hit the equal. You have 200. Alright, so that is a way to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. So make sure anytime you want to type the formula, you just have to start with equal sign. Then you add equal sign before it works. Alright, so that is a way to add and subtract, multiply and divide. Now let's go to the board math. Now what does board math stand for? Now it stands for bracket, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So as you can see, bracket, that is a B. Order, that is a O, and the division, that is a D, and the multiplication M, addition A, and the subtraction is S. That makes it what? The board mass. So when I check here, this is a bracket, and this is the order, that is the exponential. This is a division, we have multiplication, we have addition, and subtraction. So this bracket here is a constant. Now check the symbols or the operational signs here. Any operational sign that is used must first be used by the bracket. So if it is the exponential must be in the bracket. If it is division, the division must be in the bracket first. And if it is a multiplication, addition, subtraction, whatever. So the first operational sign being used here must be put in this bracket. So let's have an example here and see. So as you see here, let's see. Now we are going to calculate a phone call and message. Now there is a package. When you buy a package to make call, you have 123 minutes to make call. Now somebody bought the package, and instead of using the 120 minutes, the person used 300 minutes. Okay, the person used 300 minutes instead of 120. So the person used 300 minutes. So with this, they're going to find the total cost, the extra cost that the person is going to incur. Now for each minute it is 2. So let's format it and make it the currency. So let's highlight this. Now with this 2, and let's format it. Now we want the currency, we want Ghana cedis. Alright, so okay, so now each minute, that is two cedis. So let's calculate and see the extra cost that person going to incur, going to pay for this. Now in the normal circumstance, let's start equal to. So it's supposed to be this 300 minutes, right? This 100 minutes minus the 120 minutes here, isn't it? Now times the amount here. So let's hit enter and see. Now you see, now we have 60 cedis. We have 60 cedis. But normal circumstance, let's calculate and see. Now when you subtract this from this, what will be the answer? We're going to subtract 300 from 150. Then the answer is 180, right? So we have 180 here. 180. So we have 180 minutes. Now 180 minutes times 2 cedis. Okay, so equal to 180 minutes times 2 cedis. The answer is supposed to be 360. But here it gave us 60 cedis. Why? It gave us 60 cedis here. Why? Because we didn't apply the board mass. Okay, so if you want us to get the exact this figure, we must apply the board mass. So how can we do that? Now let's do it again and see. So let's do it here. Now let's see. So equal to. Now if you see that when you click on this show formula, when you click it, now when you click it, you see we have this minus this times, right? So the negative sign, this minus comes first. Now this is a minus, that is subtraction. The comes first. And now we have multiplication here. So when you check this, now this order, multiplication and subtraction, which comes first? That is a multiplication, right? So let's put this multiplication in bracket. And now let's see. So put this in a bracket. So we're going to put this in a bracket and put this in a bracket. Okay. So now let's see. We still have the 60 cedis. So let's put this and okay, let's put this and this in a bracket and check. So you can see now we have 360. So you can see that when you put the bracket to the second one, it's not going to perform the exact function as you put in the first one. So when you check the formula, the first operation sign over there, it must be covered with the bracket. When you have two or more operational signs, okay, operators, the first one must be covered or must be in a bracket before you can get this, the answer. If we end up putting the bracket to the second or the third one without putting it to the first one, you're going to get the correct answer. So the first one must be in the bracket. So that's the way to apply the board mass. Now let's calculate the second one and see. So under normal circumstances, you can see now here we have free message included 150 minutes. Okay, so 150 message, that's the 150 messages, and he used 300 messages. Okay, so each message sent, the extra one is 1 cedi. So let's find out and see the number of messages sent aside from the free message included. So we're going to subtract 300. That is equal to 300 minus what? 150. Okay, then we have 150. So this is the extra message sent. Now this 150, you're going to multiply by this amount, the cost, that is 1 cedi. So hit on the enter key. Now here we have 150 here. So let's cut this and paste it here. We have 150 here. Now with the same thing, let's try and see. So let's see, we have equal to now this 300. Okay, 300 minus 150 times this 1 cedi. Okay, now with this comes first. Now when you check on the board mass, you can see now we have multiplication comes before subtraction. Okay, so let's put the bracket to the multiplication and see what happens. So we have bracket here. So we have bracket here. Now let's put bracket here as well. Okay, and now let's hit on the enter key and see. You see, we still have 150 here. We still have 150. So this also confirms that we don't follow this bracket here. We don't follow the operational sign in order here to do it, but rather follow the formula. So now under this formula, we see now this multiplication sign comes before the minus sign in the board mass. But when working with the formula, like you see now the negative sign here comes first before the multiplication sign. So therefore these ones must be in the bracket. So this one must be what? In the bracket first. Now let's take this off. Take it off. Now hit on the enter key. Okay, so you can see now we still have 150. But in case this, so let's change it. Now you have 150 because now when you subtract this, you get 150. And 150 times 1 cedi is the same as 150. But let's change here to 2 cedis and see which of these here is going to change. Okay, so we see that now here we have 300, and when you check here, you can see we still have this. Okay, enter 33. So now 34 minus 33 times this. So now let's see. You see, you still have what? This. You have 0 because now there's an error in it. Okay, let's say we want to just calculate this again and see. So equal to, now we have this 300. So equal to 300. Okay, so let's use it here. So you have equal to this 300 minus this 150 times 2. Okay, times 2. And let's put the brackets here. Okay. Like you see, now you have 0. The reason is, now when you subtract this from this is 150. But when you check the equation, this is divided or multiplied by this. So this is the n33, and the n33 is the 150. Okay. So 150 divided by or multiplied by 35, multiplied by 2. That is the 300. Minus this 300, and you still get 0. So you can see when you bring the bracket first, you get error. But when you use your board mass and bring the bracket to the first operator in the formula, you get the correct answer. So that is a way to use the board mass. Now let's calculate the total cost together. So under the phone call, the person is going to pay 360 cedis and this 300 cedis. So in order to add it, how will we do that? Now equal to, we're going to add this, okay, plus now the total cost of this, and now hit the enter key. You have your 660 cedis as well, the amount that the person is going to pay. So this means that board mass is very important when using a formula that has more than one operator. So when you have 2 or more operators, that is either addition, multiplication, or any operators here, board mass must be used to able to get the correct figure as well. Alright, so that is it for today. So today we've talked about how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide values in Excel, and also how to use the board mass in calculation as well. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.